have a little bit of a break during my day. Unfortunately, I work on the weekends, and Tanner Scott has signed with the Dodgers. I'm using my phone right now, so you're gonna hear some vibrations. And again, they the Dodgers are basically, and I think this is their strategy at this point. I thought this before, but now I have no reason not to believe they are 100% absolutely just buying up the market, spending money freely, signing all these guys, creating a dynasty because why not? There's no real reason to assume that they really need any of these players. Now, I made a post on X not too long ago, and I was kind of joking. I said at this point, just start, just go get Santander, just go get, I mean, in this case, Tanner Scott, go get Pete Alonso. Just grab everybody. Why not? At this point, you don't have any restrictions. Just take away the ability for other teams to compete, and you're going to win. So, and I think that's what they're doing at this point. And of course, there's deferrals in this one. I don't have any issues with the deferrals. I know that any team can do it. It's just the problem is that the Dodgers have a lot more pull with it because it's like you're going to get paid later, but you're coming to a championship team that's going to most likely win. So, with that said, I mean, you have a little bit more enticing. Uh, what's the word? I don't want to say sex appeal, but yeah, kind of sex appeal, right? So, unfortunately, I'm not in the studio, and this is going to be really quick, but I wanted to get the news out there and get this out to everybody, at least if you don't know already. Tanner Scott is officially going to the Dodgers, probably one of the best closers that are on the market right now. He signed a $72 million contract, and I believe $20 million is deferred. I don't know exactly for how long. I just saw the post, decided to go live. I should have looked a little bit deeper into it, but we'll talk about it on a future post. I have a couple videos that are coming out soon that are going to be recorded, and I also have a couple interviews with other people coming on to the pod. So look for that. It happened. It's yeah. I wish I was home for this and I could dig a little bit deeper. We can all have a discussion about it. But unfortunately, I don't have much information, and being on my phone kind of leaves me in a weird spot. So, God, man, Dodgers again. They pulled it off. They brought on another player. They continue to spend. I don't exactly know what their AAV is. Going into 2025, of course, like their entire budget, overall contracts is more than any other team, but I don't know how they compare across the league. At this point, I think they have to be ahead because I looked last time well before Blake Snell signed. So I know that it's higher, and I'm pretty sure it's higher than the Yankees. I don't know about the Mets because there's no deferrals in that one when it comes to Soto, but we'll just have to wait and see. So the news is out there. What's next? I really don't know. I don't see why they won't go out and get Santander. Why not? Tell me a reason why they don't get Santander. Because they have Conforto? Okay, is Conforto that good, though? He's not a 44 home run hitter. He could be a threat if someone in the NL West wants to sign him. What if Santander goes to San Diego instead of them going and get Profar? I think they will get Profar because I know he likes it there. I think he's waiting for San Diego to make him an offer. If you guys saw my video before talking about the lawsuit from ownership, they're in a weird position to where I don't think they're going to make moves anytime soon. So what if San Diego goes out and gets Santander and gets Profar? Those are two big bats that now all of a sudden are in your division. Doesn't mean that the Padres are a bigger threat, more than they currently are now, but maybe they grab him, and maybe he's an impact back. Maybe he puts up 44 home runs, and Machado all of a sudden hits another 40 home runs, and Tatis brings his power back before the PED thing, and he's hitting 40 home runs. And then all of a sudden, you have a very strong contender besides the Diamondbacks in the NL West. The Dodgers might just be like, all right, maybe we should get this guy. It's something to consider. There's no reason why they can't, and there's no reason why they can't get him to come along with the team and take deferrals, right? Even if it's a one-year deal at this point. Why are the Dodgers signing the whole league all of a sudden? That's exactly what I'm trying to say. I think that's their game plan. Go get Santander too if you're the Dodgers. Because honestly, it's going to piss off every fan base outside of the Dodgers. And so, with that said, eventually there's going to be enough complaints to where the league's going to want to step in and say, hey, we need to make a change. And I don't think a salary cap is right. I am completely against the salary cap, but I am in favor of a salary minimum. So these cheap-ass teams, maybe even your team, I know my team for sure, will have to go out and spend some damn money. And stop being so cheap and greedy when their revenues are so high. So I'm accepting it for what it is. And because of that, I'm hoping that they just buy everybody. Dodgers should just go out and grab every single free agent. Go get Pete Alonso. Platoon at first with Freddie, and they can swap at DH whenever Shohei is pitching. Why not? Go get Bregman. Platoon him at third base with Muncy. Why not at this point? You didn't need a closer. You didn't need any relief pitchers. You don't need any more starters, but you got Roki, but you got Tanner Scott. Just keep going. Just buy them all. Why? Why not? And then, hey, put them on deferments and then trade them away later on. If you just don't want them because other teams are going to be desperate for players and big names, and these are big names. If there's nobody else on the market, there's no way to compete against these other teams. And if you take away the threat for other teams, you automatically win a championship. You're going to the World Series. And then you can be a dynasty that wins the World Series for the next 5 years. And then MLB will eventually say, oh, okay, what's the point of people watching? Because they all know who's going to win every single year. So then they make changes. And they're not going to punish the team for doing what every other organization should be doing. They're going to punish those who are not putting the effort in. The Mariners, the Rockies, the Athletics, who are signing because they're going to get a grievance against them due to the payroll issues. The Marlins. Teams that absolutely should be spending money, but they refuse to because it is a business and all they care about is profits. They don't care about the city. They don't care about you guys, the fans. The Dodgers seem to. The Yankees seem to. The Mets do. The Rangers do. The Diamondbacks do. And they don't even have an RSN contract. They are struggling. They have renovation issues. They signed Corbin Burns. These teams can do it. They just choose not to. And MLB needs to step in and force these ownerships to pay up so that they can actually get a decent team together. The caveat to that, everybody's argument, everybody who's watching this, who's listening to me rant about this, it's just going to inflate the numbers, and players are just going to cost more. Just like the economy now. You increase wages, cost of groceries go up, cost of gas goes up. It's the exact same thing. I get it. But there are checks and balances that can be implemented because this is a private organization who can stop this from happening. If you're overpaying players just because their agents are trying to negotiate, just come to an agreement of like, no, this guy's not worth $10 million when the year before you make a minimum for salary cap was worth $3 million. You have to have that understanding. And over the years, of course, that'll adjust and everything will keep changing. But This is going to hurt. This is going to hurt baseball in the long run. And I'm not saying it because I don't like the Dodgers. I'm saying it because I don't like the ownerships of all these other teams that refuse to be competitive because they're worried about their bottom line, about their returns, about their own pockets. Ken Kendricks is probably the best owner out there. He doesn't have the money that the Padres do. Or sorry, not the Padres. Well, even the Padres, but the Dodgers do. And the Yankees. He doesn't have the liquidity to put a team on the field that is championship worthy. He himself says he is stretching his budget thin. But he signed Corbin Burns. He shelled out $210 million. The rest of the league needs to do this. Your team needs to do this. If you're a Dodgers fan, good for you. Be happy. Take it for what it is. Enjoy it while it's here. But it's going to hurt baseball because the following is going to drop off when there's only one empire, as everybody likes to say it, and there's no chance for anybody else. Even though the NL is probably the strongest league in the MLB, your powerhouse is still outmatching everybody. And when we get to the World Series, if for some reason the Dodgers don't make it, then you have some entertainment. But as of right now, if the Dodgers make the World Series next year, there's not a team in the AAL that can compete. And I think we saw that last year. The Yankees were not good. They pulled it off to make it to the World Series, but there was really no match there. I don't know. Comment your guys' thoughts down below. I apologize for not being home today for this, but 12 minutes in. I love you all. Subscribe if you're new here. We got a bunch of other new videos coming out, and we'll get back into the studio and make some good content. Tanner Scott to the Dodgers, 72 mil. Wow, for a closer. So I think that's their fourth closer. Awesome, right? I will see you all a little bit later. Yeah.